Let's do it.
All right. So about this Grammys thing. So what's
All
the
right.
problem? Like, are we talking about the hip hop Grammys specifically?
I got you.
Overall
I
Grammys?
got you. I got you in a second. All right. So, boom.
Okay.
This is the music segment of the Overlooked and Underrated podcast. And for those that's been here for a while, I have my good friend Nick, who is quite knowledgeable and he knows what he's talking about when it comes to this music stuff. It was at high. Another thing too, I didn't tell you, Jacquees dropped the album too. I listened to that today.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I
Was it
did.
good?
It was called Baby Making.
Baby what?
Baby making. You know, like baby making music.
Oh, I heard something different. But okay, Baby Maker. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Okay, man, we have so many good topics. I don't know what to talk about first. Like, you know what? How about this? You pick. What's the first topic you want to discuss?
We should start on a positive note. I think I was gonna say the Uzi album, but I don't want to get negative yet. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to be
say
negative
positive.
yet? It was I don't want to be
I
negative
don't
yet.
wanna get negative.
Actually, you know what? Let's talk about
Okay.
Chromakopia. Let's talk about that one.
Chromacopia. Good album. Good album.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What? Chromakopia. I enjoyed Chromakopia. I
I'm
did.
very much enjoying the sound on it because I wasn't huge on Call Me When You Get Lost. That's the only title I've been listening to. I can't lie to you, but I enjoyed the sound of this. I like the more hip hop, type of cuts off there. Like, I Want You Dead. That was real good with Cardi and Q, which is a crazy collab, by the way. I was so excited to see both of them on one song. That's crazy stuff.
Man, what? To see Glorilla and Sexy Red, I was like, what? When I seen them names, I said, huh? They got Glorilla. They got
That was
Sexy.
crazy.
I was
That
not
was
expecting that.
I was in the car listening to it. When Glow came on, I started getting hyped up.
He was like, huh? I was like,
And when I
nah.
heard Sexy Red, like, my brain it couldn't comprehend it. But I was like, wait, is that JT? And I was like, oh my God, that's fucking Sexy Red on it. That's freaking Sexy Red on a Tyler Creator album.
Okay.
What's going on?
So let me ask you this. So what do you rate this album out of 10?
So I can't really give it a score yet because I listened to it once.
Mhm.
And I listened to it while driving back home. So I don't really listen to the music. I'm not listening to the lyrics.
Yeah, nah,
But
facts.
I think he was kind of saying some stuff like the song about him and his girl, stuff like that. But I wasn't really listening.
Yeah, I
caught a few things and I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting. But I wasn't into the concepts yet.
would give it like a 8.5. And the reason why is because,
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed it. But the thing is, though, is like Tyler, the creator, he actually makes the kind of music that I probably enjoy the most, which is like chill, relaxing, late night vibe type of music. You know what I'm saying? Like every song is like, bro, I could imagine this on my late night vibe playlist or my chill rap playlist. Like, if you know what I'm saying, it was definitely some relaxing type stuff. Like, I really did enjoy it. Like, there was like one hype song that kind of got me excited a little bit. I was like, okay, you know what I mean? But I think it's a pretty good album. And then like also too, seeing what he has said about it, like, oh, like, bro, I was truly being myself. Like, everything on there is like true. Like, these are true stories. And so I'm just keeping that in mind as I'm listening. And that definitely does add to the album too as well. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie, bro, his rhyme schemes, like the way he rhymes is so cool. It's so cool. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I would have to play it and then pointing out like, oh, you see how he did this? But like the way he rhymes is so it's so interesting. I love it.
He's really funny too.
You say he's funny?
Yeah, he's pretty funny, dude.
But yeah, that's Chromacopia. Do you have anything else to say about Chromacopia?
Not really. Like I said, one listen, so I'm not really too deep into the themes, that kind of stuff. I just know it sounded good. Know it, especially, is probably a really good song.
That's funny. So let me say this though about now we're going to move on to Eternal Atake 2. I was talking to my friend Kiwan. For those that was listening, he was in the sports segment. He's a huge Uzi fan, and I called him after the sports segment to see what he thought about Eternal Atake 2. And I said, what you think about it? He was like, man, that shit was ass.
I think Eternal Atake 2 might be one of the worst albums I've heard.
Worse than Scorpion? Worse than Scorpion?
Dude, worse than Scorpion. I never listened to Certified Lover Boy or freaking For All the Dogs and this, man.
Nah.
Okay, first off, bro, like, I love Uzi. I don't love the first Eternal Atake. I enjoyed it a lot, but I enjoyed the deluxe a lot.
Yeah,
that one.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Eternal Atake 2 was underwhelming.
Yeah, every song sounds the same. Like, the first half of the album, it's just the same thing. That's how I feel. So I was listening with my friends and stuff, and There was a point where it just became background music, bro. Like I could not stay focused on the music at all.
Nah, facts. I'm
And
already knowing.
there were some songs where he slowed it down, and I'm like, okay, I'm enjoying this. I can't tell you which song specifically because I don't even think I know the names. I'll just listen to it straight
Yeah,
through.
yeah.
But
It made me
so that
wonder,
was
like,
good.
some of those, like, slower songs where you talking about a girl. I wonder if he's talking about JT. Because, you know, that's who he's
Could
dating.
be.
You know what I mean? Or it was like, this is just something he was just writing or whatever. But
It could just be, you know, rapper shit.
right.
Stuff.
Listening to Eternal Take Two, I think it was underwhelming. Like I said, there's probably like just a few good songs that kind of like maybe like 3, I think. Like Mr. Child, I actually fucked with Mr. Child. Mr. Child was a good song. But the fact that I was like 4 or 5 songs in and we finally get into a good song, that kind of blew me. I was like, bro, it took this long to get to a good song.
Yeah.
Like, albums like that be making me mad, bro.
You know what, bro? Like, this album feels like content. It doesn't feel like an album. It feels like content.
It feels like who?
It doesn't. It feels like content. Like, it just feels like something you put out. Okay.
Just something to put out just to get some streams, make a little money.
Yeah, because, all right, you know how him and Cardi, right? They used to be, you know, it was like a duo type thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, you want the Cardi and Uzi album, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm listening to, like, you listen to any Cardi song that came out this year, there's a distinct feel to each one. He had his own sound. He had his own, the way he raps, the way he switches around and stuff. It feels like every song, like, even if you don't like the song, there's passion behind it. This is an actual song. I didn't feel that on this album. I felt listening to the same thing over and over at some point.
But yeah.
It's really boring. And there's no catchy lyrics. There's no...
Yeah, that's the main thing. See, that's the thing too. I realized, like, as I listen to Uzi, what I really realized is that, like, I can't judge Uzi, but off the, like, the typical stuff that I typically like. He makes catchy stuff. You just gotta just listen to the catchy stuff. But there was nothing that really caught my attention. I was like, oh, this is nice. This is catchy. You know what I mean?
Right.
But hey, it's neither here nor there. All right, boom. Let's see here. What shall be the next topic? How about this? Okay, boom. Best album of the decade so far. We're in the new decade, 2020s. We're about what? 2 months away from the halfway point of the decade. So we're almost at 2025, right? What would you argue is the album of the year of the 2020s? Well, of the 20s.
Decade?
Yeah. It was a shit.
That's a tough one, to be honest.
Nah, facts.
Because there's a lot of albums I like, but there's no genre-defining, decade-defining album for me so far. And I do like, shout out Schoolboy Q, Blue Lips, really good album. No Misses. Third Time's about Mr. Staples, another really good album. Miss Around the Big Steppers, that's definitely one of them too. Now, I don't know if I would say that's one of my favorite albums of the decade, because I like that album a lot. And there are some songs that I revisit a whole lot, especially Father Time. That's a fantastic song. But at the same time, I feel like that album is just, like, compared to Kendrick's other work, it's weak. And
that's the thing too about that album. You know, that album. I mean, I want to say, like you said, I wouldn't use the word you said, weak, but I would say it's a concept album, and you have to keep that in mind when you listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just listen to it like it's any other album. It's a concept album. You know what I'm saying?
Me, at least, I feel. Oh, continue.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead. I didn't realize you was done.
Oh yeah, for me at least. I mean, so Come On Butterfly is not also a concept album, but I feel like I can listen to any song from there. Well, not any. Most songs from there, out of order, and still get some enjoyment out of it. Because at the end of the day, the music is still good. He's still a fantastic rapper. And, I mean, the lyrics are always interesting. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like...
Even out of order.
When it comes to... What you talking about? Like, if you listen to a Butterfly out of order, it wouldn't matter?
No, it matters. Like, of course, the in order sequence is always going to be the best. So I feel like I can take most songs off there and just listen to them whenever, and I can still get some enjoyment out of it. I don't feel that way in Big Steppers. I feel like there's one song on Big Steppers where I'm like, this is interesting and definitely well written, but it's kind of boring. If that makes sense.
Shut up. But I honestly feel like in that conversation of the best album of the decade so far, it'll be something that It'll probably be an album that we probably don't or an album we're probably not aware of, or an album that's like not in heavy conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe that album by Denzel Curry. You know, what's the name of that album again by him?
King of the Mischievous South too. Mm-hmm. King of the Mischievous South too. That just came out.
Not that one. Melt My Eyes, See Your Future. That album is amazing. You know what I'm saying? I honestly think a Dreamville album would probably be in that conversation. Of greatest albums of the.
When you say that about Denzel though, because that's the only Denzel album that I haven't heard before.
What, bro? You know what? I was gonna talk more about that album. I was gonna talk more about that album when we get into the 2022 Grammys.
Okay.
Yeah, but that album was really good, and I feel like maybe JID album may be up in that conversation. I'm surprised you didn't say the off season.
Forever Story? Oh shoot, I forgot about the Forever Story.
I'm actually surprised you didn't mention the off season.
You know I love Cole, right?
The off season is heat.
You know I love Cole,
bro.
Definitely, but I feel like if the off season was by a different rapper. Probably.
What?
Wait. I'm not hating on Cole. I'm saying because Cole's one of my favorite rappers ever. And the offseason is like just good to me. It kind of it makes it weaker in my eyes, if that makes sense.
Bro, that album had won because of that album, what's her name? J. Cole won Lyricist of the Year, remember? I mean, he was dropping bars on that shit. Huh?
Mainstream wise, is there really that much competition when it comes to lyricism?
Is that mainstream wise? Is there really a competition?
Yeah, I mean, like, who is he going against? There's a lot of underground lyricists who could definitely, on his level, even better. But, like, who was in this competition? Like, who's in the running for lyricism?
Oh, wow. That is so funny. That's super funny. Oh, my gosh. Pusha T album, It's Almost Dry, might be in that conversation too, but
that's also a really good one.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it's hard to just say what's the best album of the decade, because I feel like it's one of them ones that's probably not in heavy conversation. You know.
I'm trying to see what. If
I had to pick one. Ooh, it's so hard to say if I had to pick one, because even 2000 by Joey Badass, that shit was that was so good. That was so good. I really enjoyed that. Oh well, we might have to revisit that another game. We'll probably come back to that in 2025. By then, a few more albums would have dropped, you know, and then we could revisit that, you know. Matter of fact, actually, let's look up a list and just see what they say. Greatest albums of the decade so far. Let's see here. 100 best albums of the 2020 so far. You know what? Let me make sure I put hip hop. Because I don't want to see that. I don't want to see no nonsense. I don't want to see nothing about no Taylor Swift. I truly don't want to see a Taylor Swift album, bro.
JPEG Mafia, both of his albums that came out. Well, I think there was more than one. Look, the albums that he's releasing in 2020 so far are really good.
You said what?
I said all the albums JPEG Mafia has released for the 2020s have been really good. I would say, especially the one he made recently, Lay Down My Life for You, fantastic. I saw it in concert. It was awesome.
And you see, bro, I forgot. It came out in 2022, so that's in the conversation. And you know what? I apologize, but there's definitely been some albums that I didn't mention. Like, I ain't gonna lie, Glorious by Glorilla, that album is actually hard. Like, at least, like, bro, I haven't listened to the full album, like, from beginning to end, but at least like 4 or 5 songs from that album is like on repeat at parties. Sexy for President, I'm not putting that in the conversation, but even Megan, I'm just not, bro. But even Megan got a couple albums that she had dropped. The one that's called Megan, and the one that's called, oh wow, featured album. She has a featured album that says Megan Act 2. But yeah, the one that's called Megan and Good News and Traumazine. Those are definitely good ones. I definitely do know Traumazine, Good News, and Megan are like are really good.
Yeah, Megan was pretty good. Good News is I thought it was fine. It was alright.
Bro, totally forgot about Polo G, bro. I forgot about Polo G.
The GOAT was a good album.
Man, what?
I don't know if I agree with the title, but
I mean, he's in that conversation of best rappers ever.
Speaking of Polo G and Uzi Alden, isn't it so weird that the GOAT it's time to take my turn? I was like creeping. That was like right at the start of the pandemic. I was a whole different world back then, man. That's so strange to think about.
What list is this, bro? On this list, in number 1, it has Sometimes I Might Be Introvert by Lil Sims. I don't know if you know Lil Sims, but she's British and she's amazing. Oh my gosh, she could spit. Like she could like she got bars. If you don't know Lil Sims, check out Lil Sims. Lil Sims is really good at her job.
Yeah, I hear she's good. I've heard like 3 songs.
See, on this list right here, this is a list on albumoftheyear.org. They got Denzel Curry, Melt My Eyes, See Your Future at number 17. See, I told you that's up there. Let's see. Okay. HipHopGoldenAge.com. They got the top 150 albums of the 2020s. Let's see here. Oh wow, they got Lil Sims. Sometimes I Might Be Introverted at number 1 too again. Okay. I might have to check that out. You know what? I actually forgot about Lil Sims low key in a way because I remember I got put onto her and I was like, oh, I need to check her out. And I listened to a few songs, but I didn't really get heavily like invested in her. And I should though. But I need to see about that album.
I said she's pretty good from what I've heard. She seems like she's big smaller underground type. So I do see a lot of people online talk about her.
Nah, facts, especially because like you coming up as 1. But that album that I mentioned, it came out in 2021. All right. Yeah. Next topic of discussion. Shall I bring this up? You know what? Let's just see what you say. What would you say? What movie would you say has the best soundtrack over the past couple years?
What movie?
Like, yeah, best
Doom
soundtrack.
2. I think Doom 2.
Doom 2? I don't know that movie. What's that?
You never heard of Doom 2? That's the one with the Saiyans.
The Saiyan, like Super Saiyans, like
the Saiyan. Like it's like sci-fi.
I don't know that.
You've seen the trailer before.
I don't know that. I'm thinking when I say soundtrack, I'm thinking you talking like. Well, I'm talking like, like Spider-Verse level soundtrack. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I thought you meant like movie straight. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Like Spider-Verse or like Queen and Slim soundtrack or like Creed 3 soundtrack. Like, you feel me?
I won't be listening to those.
You said what?
This is the first Spider-Verse movie soundtrack. But outside that, I don't listen to, because I feel like most soundtracks for movies that are like hip-hop-ish, they don't have that many good songs on them.
Bro, what?
Like soundtrack songs.
Did you ever watch Spider-Verse 2?
Yeah. I listened to soundtrack. I listened to some of it. I wasn't too huge on it. I like the song that plays in the credits. Hear Me Calling. You know what I'm talking about?
By Juice WRLD? Wait, who's it by? No, it's not by Juice WRLD. I'm tripping.
No, it was the one with
I think I know what you're talking about.
Rapping on. Yeah, it was in the credits of the movie. That one was good.
I don't even know what you're talking about, but I think over the past couple years, I think Creed 3 soundtrack, especially if you talking about past couple years, the Creed 3 soundtrack.
That's Dreamville, right?
Yeah, that was hard.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it was cooking, bro. He was cooking. They was cooking.
Okay.
Yeah, especially like the Adonis interlude one. It's like, why you cooked like that, bro?
Adonis interlude.
Yeah, that's the name of the song. Like, you know, like that.
Okay.
It was like his little.
I forgot that's the dude from Creed, Adonis. Man, I was thinking of Drake's son. What do you mean Adonis?
That's the
my man.
It was during his little training montage. That's what was playing in the background. That fool said.
And J. Cole was rapping?
Yeah, that fool said Negro won't
That's
beef.
crazy.
He said Negro won't beef. I'm a number 9 combo. It's like, whoa, hold on. He said, I'll have your orange phone like you from Wakanda. I said, hold on, time out. Why is he spitting? He ain't had to.
Tough.
Yeah, he ain't had to cook like that. All right. I kind of touched on this a little bit, the woman rappers, right? So it's 2 questions here, right? Who and how can women rappers change? And then, wait, Actually, oh yeah, and how women have dominated rap over the past couple of decades. I mean, no, past couple of years. I'm tripping.
So how they dominate, right? I mean, it's just new. It's interesting, you know.
News is
See, what I
interesting.
like about like female rapping stuff is that it's a lot of charisma. Like it's really based on charisma and how likable they are as people. Because you mean with a lot of rappers, like for example, let's say Modern Lil Baby and Gunna. I love Gunna. That man does not really have a personality. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's kind of what makes me art. Even Sexy Red, she kind of can't rap, but
She kind of can't rap.
yeah.
She kind of can't rap.
Glorilla's rapping is weird because I wouldn't say it's bad, but sometimes she just does not rhyme anything at all. She's like, you know,
you talking about sexy still? You talking about sexy still?
No, Glow.
Glow now?
The way she'll rap. Like,
Oh, you talking about just the aggression behind it?
yeah, which makes it good. But at the same time, she has the same flow a lot of the time.
What?
She's not rhyming, so.
She do be rhyming. Now, hey, listen, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Glow was hard.
Yeah,
Get him Glow. That's hard.
That's probably her best one, and she was rapping on that one. Oh, the bullshit, yeah, Glow.
I got curbing on curbing. Like, that's my favorite part of the song. Curbing on curbing.
But
yeah.
I really think with female rap though, I think it's so strange because it's been with us since the inception of hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
But it still feels kind of new. Like it feels like it kind of reinvents itself every 5-some years.
And the thing is too is that like there's a lot of women rappers that aren't I guess you could say like the mainstream ones, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I kind of feel for them too because they probably are really good at their job, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And well versed, like Lil Sims for example. And they just don't get that same level of attention, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't want to talk about that. That it feels like there's almost no in between. You know what I'm saying? Like all the biggest female rappers rap about a certain thing. I'm not saying that certain thing isn't interesting.
I ain't saying it's interesting. That is so funny.
So you kind of say the same about male rap in a way. A lot of most popular stuff, you know, guns, drugs, violence, kind of the same with rappers.
And you know what's crazy?
In between, like film rappers, they don't have a J. Cole, Kendrick. And I'm not saying quality wise. I'm talking about popularity wise and like lyrical, saying stuff.
Yeah.
Curry. Like they don't have JID like rappers who are like, pretty popular, but they're still lyrical. See, with female rap, it's really just the only popular stuff is Cardi, Megan type stuff. Yeah. Which partially, I mean, it's kind of like, I can't really say why. Like, I don't know why, because...
You know why. Come on, man. People got control of the media. And the thing is, though, I just want people to know, as we say this, though, we say this as I guess you could say, a plea for attention towards, the woman rappers that that aren't the same as Glow and Lotto and Megan and Cardi B and so on, you know what I'm saying? The ones that aren't, the ones that don't give sex appeal, I guess you could say, right? Not that saying there's something wrong with that. That's how they make their money. Cool. But we're just talking about the ones that don't. And it's just like, dang, like they should get some attention too, right? Like Lil Sims, for example,
Right. I agree.
So what would you say?
I think that's going to change soon. Wait, what did you say?
No, what did you say?
I was saying that I do think it'll change, like as it goes on. You know what I'm saying? Because I do think there's going to be more and more of a call for that type of rapper. Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess Nicki Minaj probably closest to like a straight like lyrical. I don't really listen to modern Nicki like that, so I can't say if her recent stuff she's still on some lyrical stuff.
No,
I did listen to her last time. It was kind of ass, but I would say she's the closest to being like straight lyrical, and being.
I mean, but she still gives like some sex appeal. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the ones that just have like imagine Dej Loaf, right? Like Dej Loaf doesn't really give sex appeal like that, right? She just good at music, and she has a really. I love Dej Loaf, bro. I love her style. Like she could dress. She be putting on fits. But like an example like her, you said what?
Yeah, she's an attractive woman.
Very. But so let me ask you this. So amongst the woman rappers, right, there are who would you say can change? We kind of talked about how they can change a little bit, just a little bit more diversity, right? Who would you say can change?
Well, what do you mean?
Like, if you,
what way?
You tell me.
Oh, okay. So I'll be straight with you. Out of all of them, I would say Cardi B has the best run, and I think that's behind her. So I would say that Megan Thee Stallion, like I feel like she could come out with a classic, but she can spit if she wants to. She can spit and she can be lyrical. Like her last album, she you know the song Cobra, This Pussy's the Breast, that song.
Yeah,
that was a pretty good lyrical display. I can't lie to you. That was a pretty emotional song. That was really good. And I was
talking about the song that's called Hiss. You talking about that? You talking about Hiss?
Cobra. I'm talking about Cobra.
Okay, I know you talking about. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Single. Like if she had an album full of songs like that, it'd be over.
It'll be over.
For real.
It'll be over.
Also, it's kind of funny that Megan Thee Stallion, she's kind of like like if you think about it, like in terms of like nerd rap, she's kind of the biggest nerd rapper in some ways. Cause I mean, he had a whole song.
Oh yeah, when she mentions like anime and stuff. Yeah, I like that song.
And that's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's cute. It's cute for sure. I love when a woman rapper brings up anime. It's so cool. I love that so much. It's like, oh my gosh, you watch that too? You made me like you a little bit more.
well, I don't know about that, but it's pretty fun. It's pretty cool.
You can't tell me that when a woman mentions anime or knows something about anime that don't interest you, like, okay, like what you know about that,
Bruh, I'm an English teacher major, bruh. I know a lot of them, though. Like, it never surprises me. You know what I'm saying? That's just what they be on the teaching world, But it is hot when Megan does it, though. But anyways, what else?
Yeah, so I didn't get to say like how women rappers have dominated rap. How do I answer this question? How do I answer this question? Because I don't want to just go back to like the sex appeal thing, even though like that's a large part of it. And I've heard people say like, hey, like, what I'm saying, we got to kind of put a stop to this because it's not a good effect on black women, which I agree with. But actually, but I think what you said is probably the best answer outside of that is the personality. Like you get to see Megan and Glow and Sexy kind of like in their regular lives. You get to hear their thoughts more. You get to see them be them. Very much like Tupac. Like you kind of had an idea of who and how Tupac was. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of like that. Like they're out there. Like they express themselves. Like I didn't realize that Gunna doesn't really do anything but make songs until you said it. And I thought about it. I was like, what is Gunna do?
It's not just make songs. It's the fact that Gunna sounds dead on most of the songs.
Probably because he's high.
I love Warner. You know what I'm saying? Right? He has some really good songs. But I can't lie to you, Shelly. He has a personality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel that's what Lil Baby used to do better. Back on my turn and stuff. I find Lil Baby boring nowadays too.
I find he's boring down there. And a matter of fact, not even just like you said, in just their regular lives, they put personality in their song, like the aggression that Glorilla has, and then like the passion that kind of like Megan has when she raps sometimes. Like you can kind of feel that through the song a little bit. So yeah.
I agree.
But yeah, I guess that's my answer to that question. So we didn't get to talk about this last year, in which it was hip hop's 50th birthday. It was the 50th year of hip hop. Hip hop was born in Brooklyn, New York, 1973, August 11th. For those that don't know, DJ Grand, this is how hip hop was created, right? DJ Grandmaster, right? He was hosting a birthday bash, right? And what he did pretty much is how hip hop was born. You know how got DJs scratching the records and stuff, like that's pretty much how that started. So that's when he started doing that. You know what I'm saying? And then it just grew from there. You got Gil Scott-Heron, who's considered the godfather of rap, where he was just doing like poems behind a beat, like oftentimes jazz beats and stuff. And then rap just continued to grow from there. And you had MCs being born, like Slick Rick and Rakim and so on. And then the human beatboxer, Dougie Fresh. And then it just evolved even more into eventually the golden age of hip hop in the 90s, where you had gangster rap and so on. And you had the snap era in the early 2000s. And then like, what would you call this era of rap now? Like, and then I would say like the late tens was that emo melodic rap era, because that's kind of where melodic rap was somewhat born in a way. Well, melodic rap was kind of born really like in the mid tens, but it really took off towards like the late tens. You know, the Juice WRLDs of the world, the Lil Peeps of the world, the Lil Uzis of the world, the Trippie Redds of the world. That was the melodic emo rap, you know what I'm saying? Not all melodic rap is emo rap, but they was in that more specifically emo rap area. Yeah. Prior to that, what would you say is the early tens of rap, or even the late the late 2000s of rap? How would you categorize that era?
The late 2000s?
Yeah, late 2000s and or early tens. What would you call that?
Bro, to be honest, it's kind of like, shit, trying to think like what I listened to that from then. I mean, Kanye, I guess.
You said Kanye?
Like, see, I think of like, you know, early Kendrick, early Schoolboy Q, you know, early Young Thug.
I would say, yeah, okay. Oh, you know what? I would say, okay, when you get to the early tens, trap rap starting to take off. The late 2000s, you in that like kind of like that Lil Wayne era.
And it's like the origin story of where we've gotten here, you know?
Yeah, because and then also too drill was being pioneered by Chief Keef at that time too in the early tens. You know what I'm saying? You love so stuff. You know what I'm saying? I hate being so, but yeah, he had folks standing like these. Like that's where the YNs were born. Nah, facts. And then, so I got it now. So I still can't put a finger on what's late 2000s, but let's just call that Lil Wayne. I guess he had a hold on rap at the time.
Well, there's a whole lot of pop rap songs.
Yeah, actually, you're right. That like right in that mix between like 09 to 11, even 12, definitely a lot of pop rap too, for sure. So tens, you would say drill trap up to the melodic stuff that's, you know, it's still prevalent now in the late tens. Then the early 20s.
Oh, I want to say something about pop rap though.
What's up?
Isn't it kind of weird that pop stars like collabing with rap artists is kind of dead now? Like,
nah, facts.
We don't really see, like, you don't see Ariana Grande and I don't know, Lil Baby make a song together, nothing like that. It's kind of strange. I think it'd be fun. You know what I'm saying? If we saw like that.
And the thing is though, those kind of songs, those kind of songs are like classic songs people still listen to. You know what I'm saying? Songs that still get played. Like, I mean, this song wasn't a feature or a collab, but Super Boom or Super Bass by Nicki Minaj. Or Starships by Nicki Minaj. They be playing that in the club sometimes. Them songs hard. But
they're just fun. That's all I miss about the song, man. Just makes you feel good, really.
Nah, facts. It's just a fun, free living song, bro. You really feel free, bro. But I'm bringing 50 years of hip hop to ask you this: how has hip hop affected the world in the last 50 years?
Bro, dude. Like a storm. Like a storm, you know what I'm saying? Because like, I would say from like the early 2000s, maybe the late 2000s to like the late 2010s, I was like the biggest music in the world. In fact, I think it was like legit, like the most played music in America, straight up. I'm in America, not the world. Like, you know, that time we had the Trippie Redds, the Uzis, the Playboy Cartis, you know, popular at the time and stuff. Because, I mean, that's what we was all listening to, like, as young people, man. That was the biggest style of music.
Facts.
And I would say that, it's crazy just the impact it's had on everything, like, as a whole. Like, you know, your movies have hip-hop in them, games got hip-hop, all that kind of stuff, man. I think it's pretty cool just how huge it's gotten and how big Black history. Oh yeah, and like just the way we talk, hip hop, man.
Man, right, facts.
Like the word pushing P. It's crazy. That song blew. Man, they was making memes about it. They was talking about pushing pops and all that kind of different stuff. That was pretty cool.
No, facts.
Yeah, man. Just having
hip hop is truly the greatest genre ever to ever exist. No matter what
I agree.
Other people, races, ethnicities try to say about it, hip hop / rap is the greatest genre ever.
Nah, 100%.
Like the influence it has, the way we, like you said, the way we talk, the way we dress, the way we move, the way we walk, the way we act, is influenced by that. Like, and then at the same time too, I think we've talked about this before. Almost anybody can be a rapper. Like, not everybody can sing. Singing is kind of something. I mean, you could develop singing to some extent, but for the most part, like, you're born, like, you know, being a good singer. Like, you know, it's better to be a natural singer than to develop singing. Like, you feel what I'm saying? But rapping, anybody could do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, rap is just rhythm and poetry. You know what I'm saying?
Black poetry.
Right, facts. Like, yeah, and that's why it's so relatable too, and that's why it touches people so easily, because it's so relatable. It's like, I could do that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you singing Beyonce, right, the music off, or like you got a kind of low, you singing it, people like, oh, shut up, quit singing it. But if you right, you don't sound good, just let them sing, let her sing it. But if you rapping Lil Baby, it don't matter how you sound, because you rapping. No one can tell you like, oh, shut up, you sound bad. Unless you just have an annoying voice. But hey, but you know how, that's kind of messed up if you have an annoying voice. But hey, you ever met somebody with an annoying voice before?
Oh, of course, dude. Of course.
Of course, dude.
But can't relate though. No, I agree with everything you said. You know, and I think it's interesting how it's almost like now we have more variety of hip hop than ever, just because of the internet.
Facts.
I would say, look, dude, the internet's impact on hip hop is crazy. Because you think about it, Soulja Boy was really one of the first people to use the internet as a way to deliver music, you know, as a way to promote music and stuff like that. So if you think about hip hop, kind of put everybody on, you know what I'm saying? And then
I was the first to do this. I was the first to do that.
You know, Soulja Boy, you know, he invented breathing. And it's kind of weird nowadays though, because it's like the internet is a good thing and a bad thing regarding hip hop. Because I feel like we're getting more songs than ever that are really made just to go out there and just get streams, not to be good. You know what I'm saying? And people have always made songs that are just meant to be popular. No other reason than that. I mean, look in the 90s, dude. Look at the 2000s, man. But it feels more than ever we'll get these albums that are just 30 songs deep or just garbage.
So let me say this to you then.
I didn't buy it, so.
Right, facts. Anyway, so let me say this to you then, right? Because you bring up a point I wanted to ask you that a friend once said to me. He said there has not been a hit song since 2014. What do you think of that? And don't think about like the literal term hit, like whereas like, oh, they reached a certain number as a hit. We're talking about like a classic song that's still being played to this day. Like I mentioned Super Bass. I mentioned Starships by Nicki. Party in the USA. What's the name? You can even say 6 Foot 7 Foot by Lil Wayne. Like those kind of songs, like classics that everybody and their mama still know and play to this day. Or even Nuck If You Buck, even Wipe Me Down, right? So yeah, songs like that. What do you think about that statement? There has not been a hit song since 2014.
I mean, I think that's pretty inaccurate.
He said, I think that's pretty inaccurate.
All right, if I think of songs from my childhood, like around when we were in middle school, right?
Yeah, that's us in middle school.
Mask Off.
You feel like folks still playing Mask Off? Like that? You feel like that's a classic song?
I think it will be a classic song.
Like, do you feel like if you went to a kid now, a kid knows Mask Off?
You know what's funny about that? You know what's funny?
What's up?
Okay, so I worked at an elementary school 3 years ago, right? And one day, right? So first off, these kids was talking about, so early in the day, I remember this day because they were talking about like King Von or something, like who killed King Von? Like, dude, you're in elementary school. Why do you care? But also what happened was, and then they were rapping like Mask Off, like word for word later in the class.
Oh, word?
Like what, 11, like 10-year-olds type stuff? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm saying like the 11, 10-year-olds. You gotta think about TikTok too. Like TikTok can make any song go by.
Facts.
Any old song go popular.
Facts.
I mean,
bro, the fact that EA blew up, bro, when EA blew up, I thought EA was a new song. EA came out back in like 2017 by Young Nudie, you know what I'm talking about, right? Middle finger with the 5-6, 10 winner, will we slide stick? No. It want to be like, I'm from the 5, middle finger zone 6, dirty land, dirty stick, get hit, put on the lid, rob for a brick, Robert for young fall off, turn into a snitch, never turn it. Let me chill. Sorry.
You really like this song, huh?
Oh my gosh, that's mad funny. But anyway,
it's crazy. I mean, it could just be anything. Like tomorrow,
you know what? I almost forgot. I will say I should have said "The Box" to him by Roddy Ricch. Kids know The Box. I was at a summer camp a couple years ago, and The Box was already like 2-3 years old by then. And then The Box was playing, bro. The kids, these like 5-6-year-old kids, and there was other age groups like 7-8-year-olds. They singing The Box. Like I was like, what the world? What you know about it? It was so funny. I should have said that here because everybody knew that song.
Bro, I mean, you gotta think about it, bro. Like Box was like crazy on TikTok and stuff.
But I definitely disagreed with him though, especially because To Pimp a Butterfly came out in 2015 or 16, one of them years. You know what I'm saying? I was like, bro, come on, bro. Everybody knows All Right.
I mean, Drake has copious amount of songs that everybody just knows.
Facts.
I mean, it's crazy for him.
I mean, but I get the idea of what he's saying because what he was saying is kind of enveloped in what you were just saying, you know, which allowed me to open up the question about how, like, you know, people make songs to be popular now and stuff. And it's like, at the same time, though, like, we kind of can't blame, like, the artists. I feel like some artists do make classic songs. It's just that we as a society, it's really a society thing. We as a society, like, we talked about this on the phone before. Yeah, we move on so fast. Like, the way we almost moved on from Gorilla. Before she came out with Yeah Glow, she was almost forgotten. Until she came out with, until she dropped Yeah Glow. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And that's just a weird way of thinking, man. We move on too fast, man. You say you want to release an album, people gonna forget about it. Unless you someone like Cardi or something like that, where he's always kind of gonna be on people's minds. Because I mean, it's Playboy Cardi or Uzi or something like that. If you're not listening like a new album in a few years, like Polo G, take Polo G for example, bro. He released an album this year, I think. Nobody talks about it. Nobody cared.
Nobody cared.
Big Sean released an album. Nobody cares.
You said whose album?
That's just Big Sean. He released an album too. Nobody cared. I forgot it came out, so we literally just started talking about this 5 minutes ago. But
tell him what you said about YoungBoy, because that one time we talked about YoungBoy, I was like, what happened to all the YoungBoy fans?
Yeah, dude, what the fuck? What the heck, bro?
Yeah, I'm glad they evaporated. Trust me, I'm glad they evaporated.
How do you get ridden that hard?
How you what?
Disappear from the main eye. I mean, how do you get ridden that hard?
Nah, facts.
Disappear from
the
main
meat
eye.
writing was
That's
insane for NBA YoungBoy.
You did the same thing about Lil Baby, man.
Yeah, bro. I actually like Lil Baby, and like the fall off for him it's surprising. Actually, it's really surprising. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't say it's his fault. Like if you listen to some of the songs he has dropped, they're good. I would say the biggest song he has right now is the song that be like with the Jamaican dude from New York. Be like, we go band for band, F that. We go M for M. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that's all hard. That's all hard.
And it had those memes where they talking the young people way or whatever. You know, the rich something. You know what I'm talking about?
Say it again.
Yeah, you know it has like those weird memes where they're like had like a cartoon character or something like that. Like we'll go gat for gat or whatever. You know?
Nah, that's funny.
Yeah, man.
That's funny.
So yeah, that's part of why, you know, the kids like that song and stuff like that. But and yeah, memes, bro. Memes. It's crazy how powerful memes are when it comes to music, though. Especially nowadays. But regarding what you said about like no hit songs in 2014, I would say we haven't had a real new hip hop star in a really long time. One who will actually test the time. Because let's go back to 2020, right? 2019, right? December. Roddy Ricch just dropped Please Excuse Me, I'm Antisocial, right? Biggest album of that time frame by far, man. The box, hot fashion, all that kind of stuff. Nobody talks about him now. Nobody talks about Trippie Redd because he releases garbage.
You said he's garbage? He's not garbage. New Trippie Redd.
I mean, you know, I love old Trippie. That's one of my most listened to artists by far. Lil Uzi, I think is gonna fall off. Like actually fall off after this especially. You know what's funny about
homeboy I was telling you about earlier, the Uzi fan? When he said he heard the album, he was like, "Oh my gosh, this is the beginning of the fall off." He was like, "Oh Lord." That was so funny. That was so funny.
It is kind of funny though, if you think about it, because I mean, Uzi did start a pretty big trend when he made what's that song? He's in Rock, and then everybody else started using a Jersey Club beat. Yeah.
Yada yada yada. You know, he got a song with Nicki at the club up, the club up, the club up. Yeah, that one nice. That's a good song.
Yeah. Everybody's every time up.
Oh no, I got it backwards. You're right. Yeah, F the club up. That's just Nicki. Everybody is Uzi and Nicki. I'm tripping. You right.
Everybody.
You just see me. I was hitting that thing for a little second. You know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah, I could feel it, bro. But yeah, it's weird. And then, okay, who's the artist who started popping off in the 2020s? Yeet.
Bro, you know what, bro? I don't know. It's like if you bring up Yeet, people know who he is and who you're talking about, but he's not like a active person that you to talk about though. It's like it's so weird. It's like that. I guess that gray area. It's like people do know you, but just don't talk about you. Like what?
He's definitely in the process. I feel like in 2 years we're gonna bring a Yeet and like, oh wait, that guy from who made that one song? You know what I'm saying?
That is so funny.
I mean, it's just strange because again, we're in 2024, and the biggest song of this year is from a dude who debuted 10 something years ago, bro. Like, come on, bro. What's going on?
What song you talking about?
What's going on? Not Like Us.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you didn't even go into what you said the other day. Remember when you was talking about how like we're not getting a transition of hip hop like you're normally supposed to. Like the people from back in 2013 is still the most popular ones.
Yes. Dude, think about that. Think about that for a second, bro. 2016 started Migos, Lil Uzi, Trippie Redd, Polo G, NLE Chopper, Youngboy, all them. Youngboy is older than me, but it doesn't matter, right? All
Drake,
Lil Baby, Gunna. I mean, Drake is already big on that time.
Drake, Young Thug, Gunna, all them boys, yeah. Rich D.
And then now look where we are. Drake, Kendrick, Future, Metro,
Cole
came out with some of the biggest songs of the year. J. Cole, all of them. I mean, it's just weird, man. It's just weird. Kendrick Lamar should not be this relevant right now. He should not be this relevant right now.
I mean, but it's Kendrick. But it's Kendrick, though.
Yeah, that's a fair rapper, straight up. But he should not be the biggest rapper of the year. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody from the 2000s was delivering the biggest song of the year in the 2016. You know what I'm saying? Like 2016, 2017, 18, 19, 20. See what I'm saying?
I think it depends. I think it depended.
Nobody who was popping off 10 years ago was delivering. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Song of the year.
Except for Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne was probably the only person.
I mean, what song? Like 2016.
Bro, hold on. Time out. Hold on. If Lil Wayne dropped a song in 2016, come on, bro. Bro, remember when he dropped the Carter 5 at 18?
But that was not. What song in there was one of the biggest songs of the year?
Bro, the biggest song of the year on the Carter 5? Bro, hold on. No, people was bumping. Well, first of all, everybody was talking about the Carter 5, and people was playing the Carter 5.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was a huge album, but I'm talking about, like, song that's like...
Are you saying, like, there was no song on there that was, like, top song of the year type beat?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah. You know? Because, I mean, Carter 5 was big, but, like, I didn't feel like it was one of the albums on the...
You know, one of his songs from the Carter 5 is kind of blowing up a little bit because of TikTok, the Let It All Work Out song.
Let It All Work Out?
Yeah.
Is that one the Ashanti?
No, they don't got Ashanti on there, no. It's the one that like, Let It All Work Out. That one. No, it's like the last song on the album. It's the song where he was talking about, like, he was telling the story how he shot himself.
Okay.
Well, anyway, the point is, though, that song kind of blowing up a little bit because of TikTok. Like, people been using that as a sound.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Let It All Work Out. Okay.
Yeah. Young Nudy's still kind of relevant in a way. 21 Savage still relevant. Young Nudy, bro, come on, bro.
Yeah, 21.
Yeah, Young Nudy, bro. You know Young Nudy, bro.
What did you say?
Young Nudy. I'm saying, like, those two, they still kind of relevant, too.
Oh, yeah, Young Nudy.
Yeah. I'm just adding to the point of you saying that, like, rappers from, like, 13, 14 still relevant now. And, like, you're saying, like, there's no, like, real transition.
No new big rap.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like, even the baby's not even relevant like that anymore.
Good.
That was that good. What?
I like the Baby. I like some of the older the Baby albums. He's kind of trash now.
Nah, he was best on his features. His features were good. He wasn't good on his own song.
Under the Sun, I like them on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just weird. It's just weird how this decade's going on. And I feel like, is hip hop even the biggest genre right now, bro?
You said the biggest what?
Is it even the biggest genre anymore right now?
I mean, yeah, of course, but because we're black, like to us, rap seems to be the biggest genre. But like when you look at like the majority of people in the country, majority of the country is white people. So like, you know what I mean? That's why I ain't gonna lie. That's why when I be looking at like these other charts and numbers of like music in general, it be all like white artists and like pop and country. I be like, what? Hold on, these are not the top people. What's going on? And then I have to remind myself. I'm like, oh, it is. The country is like 60% white, so it's like it kind of makes sense.
I miss when country was dead. Those were the good days. When country was dead. So there was a period where like a new like Republican anthem dropped every month, and it went number 1 or something like that. It was crazy, but like it's just weird, you know. And, you know, speaking of like white people who top the charts, bro, like Post Malone, like he pivoted to like that country type stuff,
bro.
And then
my homeboy,
interview where he said that hip hop wasn't like real music or something like that. I'm like, all right, bro.
My homeboy was saying,
who you are.
My homeboy was saying that Post Malone always wanted to do country music. He was just using us to get big and then get into country music.
Literally, dude. And it worked.
And it worked.
He had some good songs. I can't lie.
Nah, that's crazy.
It worked on me.
Nah.
He's good at being fake.
You a fool, bro. You have. Okay, so boom. Let's see. I believe I got a couple more questions. So, you know what? As we talked about like the transition, who do you think is shaping up to take over the decade? Because it's very hard to tell. Like, I really feel like it could be, but another thing too, though, like even the woman rappers, it's kind of easy for them to fade and go for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's probably one of them. Like Glorilla is definitely in that conversation for sure. You know what I'm saying? I almost want to say Sexy, but I feel like Sexy is one of those. Sexy Red is one of the ones that could fade a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like how sustainable is the kind of music she make? But I feel like Glow could be in that conversation though for sure.
What about Ice Spice?
When was the last time you heard an Ice Spice song?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. I forgot about like you said her. I was like, oh snap! Like, bro, like
she's big enough to be in Fortnite.
You said what?
She's big enough to be in Fortnite. So.
Oh, where she was in Fortnite? That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Juice WRLD's in it now too. I don't know how I feel about that. It's kind of weird, but.
She was.
Yeah, they're adding because at the end of the latest Fortnite trailer. Like
I thought you said the In and Out too, like Inside Out too, like the movie. I thought you used to my dad.
No, I'm saying Juice WRLD, like he's gonna be like a Fortnite, having a Fortnite skin or something like that.
Oh no, folks definitely gonna be buying the battle pass then.
Yeah, I don't know if I buy a skin for a dude who's not. You know, it is what it is.
No, that's funny. Okay, last thing to discuss. Okay, boom. We definitely got to talk about Port Antonio. And what's the name of the one by Kendrick? Party Never Ends?
Let the Party Die.
Let the Party Die. I be forgetting. Okay. Port Antonio is the song that J. Cole dropped on his Instagram page and YouTube. And Let the Party Die is a song that Kendrick dropped on his Instagram page and YouTube. They did not officially release it on their streaming platforms, but that is where they dropped it on. So Let the Party Die came out before Port Antonio. And on that song, if you guys want to pause this, go back and listen, and then come back. But on Let the Party Die, as me and Nick discussed on the phone once before, was that he was talking about like, you know, the industry stuff, especially like with Diddy finally getting arrested and stuff. And then Cole's song Port Antonio came out like some weeks later, and then it was his response about his place in the beef between the quote unquote beef between Kendrick and Drake. So those are where the two songs are. So tell me, Nick, you finally listened to Port Antonio, right?
I'll listen to it.
Okay, so give me your analysis and breakdown of each song. First do Let the Party Die, then do Port Antonio.
They let the party die, man. He's talking about the industry. Hold up. I wrote some stuff down I want to say about it.
It was it. Let me go back to my notes. Yeah, but I got a full breakdown analysis for your ass. How you like me now, buddy?
No, I ain't got that. I just got some things.
Close enough. You know what I'm saying? Because I know we talked about it before. And I remember when we talked about it, you know, I was telling you that, like, bro, J. Cole has one of the best flows ever. And you're just like, what? I was like, bro, like, just listening to Port Antonio, and like, that shit really, but that really grabs your attention. Like, you're really locked in to listening. Like, I really heard every word, like, for real. Like, his flow is so smooth. And it's just, like, bro, like, I don't even know how to put it in words. It just sounds so good. And I know Kendrick has one of the best flows ever, too. And he could switch it up due to, you know, he has diversity, especially with the voice thing. But I'm really close to saying, like, I could pretty almost say that Cole probably has a better flow than Kendrick, because the way Cole flows is so smooth and you can really hear every word. And then when you yourself, because at first you disagree with me, but when you yourself heard Port Antonio, you realize what I was talking about.
I think he definitely does have a really, really good freaking flow. Very good flow. Well, better than Kendrick? Oh, no, man.
I don't know if it's a voice thing. I don't know if it's a voice thing or if a flow thing, either or.
Oh, J. Cole's one of the best voices in hip-hop of all time, dude. Come on, man.
Nah, facts. Like,
that's his most powerful weapon. I mean, that dude.
You said J. Cole?
He can talk about anything and it sounds good. J. Cole.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying? And we all credit to Kendrick because we know he could switch it up, do all that. But, like, when it comes to flow, it's like, bro, like, you know how, like, for example, like, Biggie has one of the best flows ever because, like, Chef G once said, right? He sounds like a swinger, a jazz player, like B-I-G, B-I-G-G-I-E, Biggie, pop, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, spelling his name, like, you know what I mean? He's a swinger. But, like, Cole, I don't even know how to put that in words. It's almost like a wave. And he's just riding that thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's surfing on the beat, like, for real.
I mean, even on Griffey, he had a decent flow line. You know the lyrics in that song, right?
What song?
But,
what song you talking about?
Griffey.
Shit. I actually, when you look at the rhyme scheme was really tough. But all right, go into your breakdown and your analysis of Let the Party Die.
I want to speak on the flow, though. I think modern Kendrick's flow is good, but I think modern Cole can flow way better than modern Kendrick.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Way better. I mean, most people like gas up Euphoria, and that's a good song. I would say that's probably the best, like, flow of Kendrick, like, recently. But I don't think it's that crazy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like J. Cole's best easily eclipses Euphoria. I mean, it's a beef song, so I mean, I don't know if you're trying to go crazy on it.
Yeah.
And I feel like Kendrick's voice, like, I don't know, bro. Like, I miss the deep voice sometimes, bro. Like, not like us.
You and his deep voice.
At some point. Yeah, dude, I miss when his voice, like, I like when Kendrick's voice has power. I like when he switches it up in the song. I think deep voice Kendrick is the strongest Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? The most powerful Kendrick.
The most powerful Kendrick.
All this real introspective stuff. Yeah, go ahead. But that's what I like about Cole, though. Like, no matter what, he's using the Cole voice. You know what I'm saying?
No matter what, he's getting the Cole voice. It's poetic. It's very poetic. Are you still looking for your notes?
No, I was texting my barber. I'm trying to put my friend on to him. Fuck? And I was seeing he's still open right now.
That is so funny.
So I can take my friend later.
Definitely, I'm putting my barber on. We all eat around here, twin.
All right. Okay, so at the party there, right? He's always talking about the industry and stuff, and like the corporations and stuff. And it's kind of crazy because dude, being a rapper kind of sucks. Like, being a rapper signed to a deal just sucks. Especially signed to someone like Birdman, like Diddy or something like that. It's really a tough world out there, especially now that we find out this stuff about Diddy and what he did to people who signed for him and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we had to do to get the Diddy boost or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, really, when he's talking about like letting the party die, I really do think the industry needs to reset though. I think we need to like realign our priorities because it's crazy just how unsoulful hip hop has become. And I don't want to sound like an old man. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, but this is the industry in general. It's not just hip hop. This is in acting, modeling, all of that. You know,
everything.
Yeah.
I don't think like. You think so?
Yeah. So you crazy? we talking about Hollywood, bro. You said what?
Yeah. I guess what you're saying.
Yeah, we talking about Hollywood, like the industry in general, all that, anything entertainment wise, all of that, bro. It's hard to get into, and like,
toxic.
Please.
It's very toxic.
I
say, yeah, I agree. It is very toxic.
Facts.
You tell me what you think about it, man.
Like, you remember what's the name? Quiet on Set or whatever it's called when they was talking about the kids TV shows. You remember that?
Oh, like the iCarly shows and what they were going on?
Yeah, with Drake Bell and
crazy.
Yeah.
And then stuff with Dan Schneider.
Yeah, what's crazy? I thought Dan Schneider was already in jail because I remember some stuff that came about him when we was in high school. So I was like, okay. So I was mad confused. I was like, okay.
It feels like he should be.
Man, right, facts.
Yeah.
I mean, he did give us a lot of like classics, but still though, he's a weirdo, man.
It wasn't worth it.
It wasn't worth it. Yeah.
It wasn't worth it, man. But like, what do you think about Let the Party Die?
So Let the Party Die. There's a couple times I had to restart the song or like rewind back and say what this man said. But you definitely point out a lot of things too. Like, it's a person that's in the industry too, probably seen things, heard things. You know what I mean? I think it's important, you know, for people to know too. You know, even if you're a person trying to get into the industry, or if you're outside looking in, or if you're a person that's already in. You know what I'm saying? I think it's good for for everybody. You know what I'm saying? To know what's going on, and also too to keep in mind, like, man, like, forget all that. Like Kat said, man, I'd rather have $10 million in a virgin booty hole than $100 million in a violated booty hole, man. It's not that serious, bro. At the end of the day, it's still a lot of money. You laugh.
That's very valid. I mean,
no, facts.
I feel the same.
So, what'd you think about Port Antonio?
No, that song, bro, to be honest, I feel like Cole was just talking on some of that, bro.
You said he was just talking, huh? What?
I feel like he was just yapping on some of that.
What? Like, that's not what you said to me when you first called me.
What did I say the first time?
Bro, you was like, he was spitting.
He was spitting. No, I think I did say he was spitting.
You did.
I feel like the whole thing about like Kendrick and that he feels like if he really put the work in, he could have won, all that kind of stuff. I feel like it's kind of hard to bring back the respect he used to have. I'm not saying J. Cole isn't respected anymore, but I mean, if you bow to rap beef, you're going to look kind of weak. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you call yourself the GOAT. So if you'll call yourself the GOAT and then bow out and then later say, oh, you know, because if I was in there, you know.
That boy said,
weak, man.
Yeah, he said I would have lost the bro. It was like something before, and he was like, but if I stayed. No. I would have won the war, but I would have lost the bro. And then, but there was another bar. Now, this bar was hard. That fool said just because the gun don't fire don't mean it's not deadly. That was, why you cook like that?
I mean, I guess.
That was nah, because you said that bar was hard too. Now you trying to play me.
Bar.
You said what?
That was a crazy bar.
That bar was hard.
That is a crazy bar.
Yeah, no, facts.
Also, Mr. Drake. I mean, not Mr. J. Cole, Mr. Peace, Positivity, Hope, Love, all that stuff. And Drake, even though we didn't see Drake do some weird stuff like with these girls, you know, like when he thought out the restaurant, hanging out with Millie Bobby, all that kind of stuff. And he said, because I really do think Drake is on some pedo shit. I really do think deep down Drake is on some pedo shit. That Kendrick is speaking facts. So the fact that J. Cole, I mean, I know it's your friend, but my friend was on some weirdo stuff. I don't know, bro. And I feel like there's just too much evidence to the contrary.
He said, but please find a Negro that But please find a Negro out that's rapping this incredibly. My dog texted me. I'll share the words he said to me. If you refuse to shoot the gun, that don't mean the gun ain't deadly. All right, but go ahead though.
I was saying that him still trying to be homies with Drake and stuff. Because I still think Drake is on some weird shit, man. I still think he's a pedophile, man.
He's a pedophile.
I still feel like there's so much evidence towards it, the way he... And I feel like Mr. J. Cole, you know, the peace positivity, y'all, you know, the woke.
He's a peace. He's love and positivity.
And stuff. And I'm like, I don't know, when you say things and your actions speak differently, it makes me think something about you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just me. I still think about that one line about the Tekashi 6ix9ine. You know, on the A Lot song?
Yeah.
Where he's like, pray for Tekashi, they want to rock.
Yeah.
The pedophile Tekashi 6ix9ine? Like, I don't know.
Oh, wait. I ain't even know that about him. I ain't even know that about him.
Yeah.
What was he doing?
What, Tekashi 6ix9ine?
Bro, yeah, bro.
Oh, I mean, it was before he got popular. But, like, he said that, he didn't know, you know, he didn't know she was 13 or something like that. Like,
what? Now, how old was he?
He was 18. Nah, bro. I can't vibe with that kind of stuff. It's 13 around it.
Nah, bro. You could tell, bro. Well, first of all, bro, you know what a 13-year-old look like, bro. Because,
exactly.
Bro, well, first of all, bro, even being 22, I could tell if someone's like 17 or whatever.
Obvious.
I mean, not that I'm trying to talk to a 17, 18-year-old, but like if you see a person and then you're like gauging them, you're trying to guess their age, like there's certain parts about a person's body where you're like, you're probably not over this age. Then you can look at the way a person dress. You definitely dress to like whatever age. Segment, and then
play a song called Out My Body by
I looked it up. Yeah, he did do it with a 13-year-old. So I'm like,
that's insane. That's insane.
Nah, I can't. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I don't know. J. Cole be on some fake woke stuff sometimes. I don't know the vibe I get from him sometimes. Like, I don't know if he's really who he says he is, but he's still a fantastic musician, so I'm gonna let it slide. You know? I suppose. But it's just weird to like look at somebody like Cole. You know, I used to see as a role model. You know, used to be an inspiration.
No role models.
That kind of stuff. You know, no role models.
Yeah.
And like I just feel like the more I look at him as a person, it's not the same with Kendrick in some way. I can't lie.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I was surprised when he kind of defended Drake a little bit because I'm like, because he was like, yeah, you still my bro. I was like, question mark. I'm like, I get it. I may have been friends for a long time, or like he may have helped you out in sticky situations, and I get that. Like that don't just go away. Like you feel what I'm saying? I do get that. Like you know what I'm saying, but. I don't know. I feel like there's a different way to word that or something. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah. Yeah, I think there's just a different way to put that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Maybe, but also too, we don't know the private conversations he's had with him though. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean, I think he's just saying like, hey, yo, both of these guys are my boys. And he's saying like, yeah, Drake's my boy. But we don't know where him and Drake currently stand after that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, bro, he probably hit him up. Like, yo, bro, is this true? Blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, give him a chance to explain himself or whatever. Like you want to actually, would you ask your boy for a chance to explain himself? Like, yo, bro, like, what's going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then like, if it, you know what I'm saying, things based on what he says after that, then it's like, okay, all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got love for you, but we probably can't converse the same way. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I do. For her, my boy was on the type of stuff, bro. I mean, we wouldn't converse at all, bro.
We wouldn't converse at all, bro.
Consider you a person, straight up, bro. I just wouldn't consider you a person. Like, that's too far from me. I mean, we meet different people. I mean, I've never had to experience that too, so I don't know.
Oh, word? Dang, that's crazy.
I never will. Hopefully, I never want to experience a friend who's.
Oh, you say you won't? Stuff. Oh, you say you haven't? I thought you said you did.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm saying I haven't experienced that. I never do. So. Yeah.
For sure.
It's just weird.
Hey, but man, I guess that wraps up the Overlooked, the Underrated podcast. Appreciate y'all for staying in tune for this long. Make sure y'all check out those artists that I have planned over the course of this podcast too. We got Terica Sine, we got Ace the Rapper, and we also have Yo-Gio too as well. Yeah, make sure y'all check them out on Apple Music too. Also, the intro and the outro is by my brother, Juice the producer. Check him out on Instagram. Jukesters_creations. And also check him out on YouTube, Jukesters Arena. Also too as well. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Overlooked the Underrated podcast. We out.